Welcome to the Persuasion Pitch Podcast. I'm your host, Jess, licensed esthetician, makeup artist, and anti-MLM advocate. Okay, so many of you know it's really no secret that I was in a consultant-only group for a multi-level marketing company, and that multi-level marketing company is Rodan and Fields. You guessed it. But of course you guys know, and of course you guys guessed it, because that is the title of this episode, and I also posted it to the podcast's Instagram page. But I was dying to use that drum roll sound that they have. Okay, so along with being in this consultant-only group, I also received an anonymous email tip. So I'm going to go over with everyone what I received. It's pretty interesting. Okay, so there is pages upon pages of information and checklists and even worksheets where it, asks you to do something. It gives you an example. It tells you to write it down. And so the first page of this, it's a welcome. It tells you their why, which is the doctor's why. And then there's the cycle of success. It just tells you to connect, inviting language to use, come up with a short story. It says the list. That's identify personal network, of course, the reason why, and product of the product. And then it just explains all of those things. And then there's a checklist. It tells you things to do within the first 48 hours, the first week, the first month. And then it has developing your why. It gives an example of your why, and then it says write down your why. What is crazy to me is, keep in mind, no one is getting paid to do any of this stuff. So you are working on all of this. I don't even know how long people spend on this, because they are doing all of these things step by step, what they're told to do, because they are trying to set themselves up for success. And again, looking back at the IDS, not many people are successful. And the ones who are, like I always say, they are making the money off the backs of others who are losing it. Then they go on to say, here are some questions to help you craft your short story. Keep your answers short and to the point. Number 1, what was your background prior to joining? All right, so there's also this paper on here. It says crafting your short story. And it says first impressions count. You only have a few seconds to capture someone's attention. It's important to get it right. The key, communicate just enough about your business to leave them wanting to know more. Intrigue them, but not so much that they miss the key points. Craft your story, your short story. Your story should be compelling and authentic. It should touch upon the most important things. Your why. Hearing that, what is your why? Your why. The brand and the reason to consider RNF. It should be sufficient and come across naturally in conversation. RNF. How were you introduced to RNF? What was one thing that impressed you the most? What results have you experienced by using the products? And how is RNF business making a difference for you? Now, with this question, it says, what results have you experienced by using the products? So, of course, you're going to have to purchase the products, So you have to get your starter kit. You have to purchase the products to try the products. You put in your time, your energy, and your effort into writing all of this stuff down and making these lists. And you're not getting paid a penny for any of this. The second one is, do you believe in your ability to be successful? The third, and here's where I see the most red flags, because to any other individual, this would just be completely normal. But with my deep dives into these companies and into this entire business model, I start to see the cult tactics already. And this is just page 8 of this. And it's saying to building belief in the invitation. And it asks you questions. It says, do you believe what you have to offer with your RNF business has the ability to change skin and change lives? Is it worth it for you to step out of your comfort zone? And then it goes down to tips for confident inviting. Enthusiasm sells. Share just enough to create interest that leads to action. Knowledge instills trust. Make it specific, ask questions, and personalize the invitation to what interests them the most about RNF. Lead with a small hint of your excitement. Like any other skill, the more you invite, the more confident you will become. And it tells you to practice the most popular lead-ins and responses so that they feel like it's personal and comfortable. It's sad because... Are you guys bored yet? Because I'm so bored. I'm so bored with this. So maybe this will be a little bit more interesting. They have a sheet and it says tips for building your list. And it says to use these exercises to add to your list. So basically, these are people that you want to share the opportunity with. And so I was reading along and it says people you know. Take a moment and write down the names of all the people you know. Don't overthink it and don't prejudge. This may seem easy, but you will be surprised how many people you know. This can range from friends to family to people you know in your community. Write them all down. Go through your contact list. And then it has a link and it says the memory jogger can also be a helpful tool. So I clicked memory jogger, which I didn't even know this existed. Probably should have. And okay, so building and maintaining a robust list of people requiring gathering your own leads. If you think you don't know anyone, think again. This list, I'm not going to read everything because it is like a lot. It says across the street, always having parties, ambitious, apartment manager, art instructor, attractive, bald-headed, bank tellers, barber, baseball team, basketball team, bearded, best dressed, best personality, best salesman, best smile, blonde hair, boss, bought car from you. Oh my gosh. Bowling league, brunette, bus driver, car repair, carpenter, cell phone contacts, choir, church, coaches, computer tech, confident people, contractor, coworker, dance class, dance teacher, daycare, does odd jobs, dry cleaners, editor, electrician. Oh my gosh. This goes down. It's all in alphabetical order. Literally from A to W. The last list, which it says also contact people who are out of work, are self-employed, are underinsured, are uninsured, have organizational skills, like a challenge, like helping charities, love people, love to learn, own a small business, want more for family, and want to retire. These are so alarming. People who are uninsured and underinsured, this company's not going to provide any type of insurance for them. These are just people that they want to target. Want to retire? They're not going to be able to retire with this. They're just not. They're not. I mean, it's impossible to. There is a tiny, small baby chance possibility, but with that chance, it comes with hounding everyone. Like you guys heard in the episode with Josie about how it is being at the top. And, also own a small business. What about these real small business owners? This right here, this MLM is not a small business. Don't prey on the real small business owners. Oh, it's so concerning just to read this. It really and truly is. All right. So the do's and the don'ts of making this list that they speak of. It says you do want to make your list as long as possible. It's your greatest asset when starting your business. The longer your list, the better. If you have a list of 10 people and the first 5 say no, you will feel disappointed. However, if you have made a list of 100 and the first 5 say no, You have 95 other people to contact. 95 other people to contact. Like, what? What? Don't ever prejudge anyone. They could end up on someone else's team. Remember, if you think they're great, someone else does too. I don't know if they really think they're great, but you never know what people will do or who they could lead you to. Think, what is greater, the risk or the reward? It tells you the steps on developing a prospecting list, because that's what they call them, prospects. Everyone's a prospect. And they tell them to make a list of 75 to 200 people to share RNF with. And they tell them to make it a goal to contact them within the first month and to go through your phone contacts, your Facebook friends list, to help you find people you want to share this with. You can use the company, the memory jogger that we already spoke about, to help you. And they give me this other link. It's probably a link back to, yes, it's a link back to the memory jogger. Has anyone ever received, and you probably have received, like a Facebook message or an Instagram message, and you can tell that it's a copy and paste? I've seen messages that were sent. People have shown screenshots where the quotes are still in the message, or it says, hello, blank. And that literally has the blank, or whatever, so-and-so, because they forgot to take that out. Well, here we go. I'm now to the copy and paste section. So these are what people should message them. It has like, I'm new and I'm still learning. I'd love, it's just the same. It's all copy and paste. And I'm sure, and actually I know they do the copy and paste in these groups as well. And it just seems so fake to me, because one of them says, this is how you prospect and start a conversation via Facebook inbox. It's, hi, blank. I realize this is out of the blue. It's really not. Hope you're well. I know you live in Utah. They really used Utah. And that, oh my gosh. And that market is an important area of growth for my business for multiple reasons. And it tells you all of this. And, it even says in there, it says, personalize the conversation. Congrats on your darling son. 10 to 15 minutes is all I need. Yeah. It's just so fake. It's just absolutely insane. They even tell you what to do if you're out and about. So let's say you are at the grocery store. They tell you what to do to start conversations with other people. And then you're not safe anywhere, you guys. You are not safe at the grocery store. You're not safe anywhere from reps. You're just not, because they are always trying to recruit other people. Look, all right, this is a very oversaturated market. They are constantly adding people. And, if you just think about it, if you've already recruited everyone that who else is left to recruit? That's why they want you to keep adding more and more people. That's why they want you to go into the grocery store or wherever. And, just to, it gets to a point where who else is there? And with the little tip that they give, they say to compliment people and ask questions to engage in conversations. And this is in quotes. They say, cute kids, how old are they? Love that bag. Where did you get it? And it's so fake. It is fake. It's so fake. I also want to say this little tip that they give. It says, when your kit arrives, like whenever you first sign up, post a picture of you and your family holding up the contents of it and say something cute and catchy. Quote, Mama's got a brand new biz. Oh my gosh, B-I-Z. Check it out. And then link your site. When they ask about it or engage on the post, private message them to share more. You guys, this is so cringy. And oh my gosh. It's hard for me to even read this, so I hope that everyone's not bored with this. But what's even harder is to watch the videos, the live videos, the consultant-only videos by these people. Honestly, it's hard for me to watch, to get through, to even get information. I don't even know anymore. So in the consultant only group of this particular company, I have read so many posts about so many issues. The website not working, them not being able to do all of these tons of stuff. But there's also posts about the products. And like I always say, it's not about the product really. It's about the recruitment. And I'm going to read a couple of posts. One says, has anyone ever heard of a customer having an allergic reaction to the AntiMLM? I have a PC, which is preferred customer, who had always experienced itching when she used it, but it was never very bothersome and never a rash. Then all of a sudden she broke out on a rash, after using it this weekend. The AntiMLM, I guess the AmpMD, and intensive renewing serum are the only two things she uses. Any recommendations? Should I have her use the Soothe 2 to help? Maybe I can get customer service to expedite her some. And this is another reason that you should not take advice from an unlicensed, you need to take advice from a licensed professional when it comes to your skin. All right, and then moving along to another post. Hi, everyone. Looking for advice, please. News PC for a customer was using Redefine for a few weeks, but broke out on the sides of her chin. I think purging, but it was a while, so we switched to Soothe. Used Soothe for a couple of weeks, but the breakout is still there with a new pimple that just came out. Any ideas? And I mean, if I read all of this stuff to you guys, it would go on all day long. There is so much. There are so many issues and there are so many complications with the products. So just remember, please take skincare advice from a licensed professional, from an esthetician or a dermatologist. Our skin is our largest organ, so we really do need to protect it. All right, so I had pre-recorded this episode, of course, but I ran across a post this morning, so I felt the need to go ahead and record what I'm about to tell you guys and add it into this episode. Someone posted in that consultant-only group, quote, I've had this reaction every weekend. This is accompanied with a photo of their face like beet red. And they said, I've had this reaction every weekend after sun exposure since I started the new Redefine formula, no matter how much sunscreen I use. I even tried not using my AM cream yesterday morning before we golfed. It dries out and turns flaky within 2 to 3 days, and it hurts. So I'm going to leave all of you guys with that. If you want to help me out and help this podcast out for free, just share it with someone who you think might be interested. Also, you can follow The Persuasion Pitch on Instagram and like our Facebook page. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great rest of the week and a great weekend.